So today I kind of wanted to do something different and tell you guys a little bit of a story. Just kind of wanted to sit you guys down by the bonfire and let Uncle Logan tell you a nice little story about his past. And hopefully you can learn something from it because I definitely did. And if you're reading the title, you'll know that, yeah, I was drugged by a car. In order to tell this story, I have to throw in a little bit of context. So, as a high schooler, this takes place in senior year of high school, right? So, little angsty teen going around doing his thing. I had a job, and this job would often have you work later hours, which wasn't a huge deal to me since I'm more of a night person, but it would be from like anywhere from 4 to like 10, 12 o'clock at night, something like that. And I'd do this after school just to kind of make some extra money for things that I wanted to get, obviously. Basically, I would work after school at this job, and afterwards, I would usually just come home and chill out. But this fateful night right here was a lot different from previous nights because it was a weekend. I think it was a Saturday night or so, and I had just gotten off of work. It was probably 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I was excited, like, hell yeah, it's Saturday night, like, I'm ready to do something. And my friends in the group chat that we have decided to go to a nearby park by my house. Basically, I got home and my friends were already there, like, close to my house, and for some reason there's like a wedding going on. Like, I don't know who decides to get married in the middle of nowhere, but that was their dream wedding, I guess. Maybe it was like a parent's house or something, but there was like a whole wedding going on for some reason in the area, and there's like nice people walking around, and then just like me dressed as some like scrub just got off of work. um and so I get home, my friends are already there, so I don't really clean up much. I'm just kind of throw my stuff in my room and go out and start hanging out with them. And we decide to hop in our buddy's truck to kind of take a lap around the neighborhood, like in those cheesy 80s movies where all like the bullies are riding around throwing eggs at people and shit. Yeah, that was we didn't have any eggs. We weren't going to do that, but we were just going to drive around and have fun. And so everyone piles on to this our buddy's truck, and what happened was everyone was in the bed, but then I was like, oh hell no. I wanted more cool points than just riding in the bed of the truck. So I hopped on that shit like I was going to war in Vietnam, like just hopped on the little lip, like the little edge lip on the back of the truck. And after that, we were like, all right, good to go. And one of my other friends also hopped on the lip of the bed. Terrible idea. Don't ever do that after what I'm about to tell you. So what happened was he started gunning it, and my friend, who was also like on the lip of the bed, fell off and scorpioned, which I felt really bad about, but he was okay. Like, luckily he was fine. And if you don't know what scorpion is if you've ever seen like a scorpion, its body's here and then its tail kind of wraps around like a C shape. Yeah, well, picture that, but a human body, and that C is someone's spine. It's the most like back bending, most breaking, hurtful movement you could ever do to your back. because like your head is down here on the ground, and then you do a C, and your feet are up here. But luckily, he was okay, a lot better than what I was. He falls off, we start going, and I start to slip off. So I'm like, oh shit, like, am I gonna have to do some like cinematic Tom Cruise like barrel roll? But no, it was not that graceful. So I like slip off and I start like I'm holding on to the bed of the truck and running with it as fast as I could. But like you can't outrun a car, obviously, or else like you'd be in the Olympics. So I start running and I can't go fast enough. So then like I just stopped, like my legs stopped moving. They just got stung by a bee and are paralyzed. And so my feet just start dragging across the ground, like my feet and my legs are just dragging across the ground. At this point, I'm yelling like, yo, we need to stop now. Like I didn't want to be the party pooper, but I was getting drugged and like a good amount down the road. Then after that, like word gets to our friend who's driving. He stops and everyone hops out. They're asking me if I'm all right, and I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. But there was so much adrenaline rushing through me right now. Like I could have Superman punched Batman and knocked him out for all I know. Like I felt like I could have ran 3 marathons in a row. Like surprisingly good for what happened. I thought I was scot-free. And so I start like walking back to my house, I'm just gonna like chill out for a bit because I was pretty dumb. I was like, whew, good thing like nothing happened. That was crazy. And so I start walking back and I keep saying like, I'm alright. Even though there's no one telling me that, there's no one asking me if I'm alright at this point. I just keep saying it because I'm like loopy off of adrenaline right now. So I'm going, I'm alright. And then I just kind of start to pass out. And my 2 friends like catch me before I fall and like kind of drag me over and lay me down in the grass where I laid for probably 20 minutes. That's when the pain started setting in. Basically the tops of my feet, like my shoes were completely rubbed out. That sounds weird. But they're like the friction on the ground just rubbed the top of my shoes off and my socks and a little bit on my toes too. I still have some scars on my feet, not bad ones. They're just little spots now. It wasn't really bleeding. It was just, if you've ever gotten like a carpet burn or something, it was probably like that on steroids, but like no bone or anything, just rubbed really raw. Like it was starting to hurt, and then the bottom of my pants were even like rubbed down too. So this is like I thought it was getting pretty serious at this point. And so I'm laying there and everyone's just kind of around me looking, and I'm like, oh, this isn't good. Like I just have to like make it into the house now. Like they kind of helped me up, and I was like, all right guys, I've had enough for obvious reasons. Mr. No Fun just ruined everyone's night by nearly dying, probably. But then after that, I hobbled my way back into the house. My parents were pretty worried, but I pulled through and was able to kind of nurse my way back to health. Like I could still walk and like even run pretty well. It just kind of hurt a little bit. Especially in the shower, as you can imagine, like water on a wound that bad, that sore would obviously hurt a lot. That's my story. That's a warning to anyone who's thinking about, getting those cool points for your friends or anything. It's not worth it. You might get your toes nabbed by the road monster. But yeah, I just thought that was a good story to tell. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.